All right, guys, welcome back. You're in my new office. I'm actually going to just pull this up, right? Okay, I'm going to fix this little box here. But I want to show you guys something. This is also my camera was a little crooked, but hey, this is my new office. Okay, check it out, guys. Look at that. Woo, woo. Got my little elephant over there. Got the Buffalo Soldiers. What's up? You know what I'm saying? I love this desk. I bought this online. It was repurposed. Got it off Craigslist. You can believe that. But from this cute couple out here in California, they go get they go get old furniture and then they, do their thing. They repurpose it, they varnish it, or they do whatever it is that they do. I don't know what it is. But anyway, they make it look good. And I love that desk, so I don't ever want to get rid of it. But I just love my new office. So excited. So many things have been changing, you guys. Okay, and check this out. If you know me, you know that I love elephants. They're just so beautiful and wise. And they're just such powerful creatures and motherly, and we just love them. But anyway, you guys, if you're here at the Domino Effect, thank you. Thank you for coming in and tuning in and being a part of the community. This channel is for you. If you are raising capital, if you're in business, if you are an entrepreneur, an investor, if you are a female founder, minority founder, if you're in the cannabis industry, if you're doing e-commerce, or if you are just starting your entrepreneurial journey, you don't really exactly know what you're going to be doing. But hey, either way, no matter what it is you do decide to do, there's one thing that you're always going to need, and that is capital, right? So access to capital is crucial. And here at the Domino Effect, we are all about providing you those educational pieces, the foundational pieces to help get you set up for when you're ready to receive funding or reach out for funding, right? So it's very crucial because a lot of businesses, and I know even when I was first starting my business, you think, oh, I'm going to be able to go right out and just go to my bank and get a loan. And unfortunately, guys, it doesn't work like that. All right. It just doesn't work like that. And this is why you're here on the channel, so that we can be direct and blunt. But hey, there's a solution. Okay. The main reason why I even started this channel is because I have years of experience working in the financial alternative finance space, but also the partners that I work with have over 20 to 30 years of experience in this industry. Okay, guys, they know exactly what lenders are looking for when you are applying for funding, or what investors are looking for when you're seeking capital. So all of these pieces are really crucial, and we go all over all of that here at the Domino Effect. And today we're going to be talking about something that is pertinent to everybody, right? We're going to be talking about how to get the perfect business loan for your side hustle. So each week here, we're discussing the growth strategies that really matter most to entrepreneurs, that matter most to you, right? So make sure that you guys are listening in, you're taking notes, and that you are soaking up in all of this information, right? Because we're also on this channel going to be talking with, business owners, lenders, investors, people who can help us access the capital that we need, right? So we discuss a variety of different topics here on the channel. So I'm Dominique, business capital and funding specialist, founder of Domino Effects Group and the Domino Effect, where we help entrepreneurs get access to capital so they can grow their business. All right, so let's dive in where we talk about how you're going to get the perfect business loan for your side hustle. All right, guys, so let's just get in here, okay? Because what we're going to be talking about today is how to get the perfect business loan for your side hustle, all right? And like I said, here we're talking about how you're going to get funding for business financing or building business credit, right? So a lot of people are looking for business loans when they're seeking funding, right? But there's a lot of different options out there. And so that's exactly what we're going to go through today's training. But we're not just going to be talking about getting a loan, guys. We're going to be talking about a lot of different options that are out there that can work for you if you're interested in launching a side hustle, or if you already have a side hustle. And that is something that's if you already have a side hustle. And maybe it's just that, you guys, maybe it is just something that you're already doing on the side, whatever that is. But a lot of people who have a side hustles Why do we have it on the side? Because you want to make it your primary business, right? But in order to do that, you need money, right? We need the funding to actually make that happen. So we have to kind of do this in a step by step. But in order to do that, you have to have the money to kind of possibly step aside from your primary job to actually get into this more. And so today we're going to talk about how you're going to get the money to actually launch and then succeed in your side hustle business. Side hustle, by definition, is just that. It's on the side, right? And then if you ever saw that show Shark Tank, and I know that you guys have, right? I used to watch the show all the time. I don't watch it so much anymore, but I used to watch it all the time. But if you guys have seen the show Shark Tank, if you remember back, like they would love it. They would love it when somebody would come on and they say like they just dropped everything to come in and take over this business. You know, sometimes they would say, look, you know, I don't even know if you're all in. I don't even know how serious you are about this because you're doing this on the side. You haven't shown that you want to come all the way in, right? And then, you know, but how many people can do that? You know, realistically, how many people can actually drop everything right away and then go all in on their side hustle? As much as we want to, right? As much as we want to, but it's not always the case. So leaving your job, leaving your security, a lot of people, even when they're starting their business, tend to actually use some of their personal funds to get started. So we're going to need some other income, but you should never be taking away from the daily living expenses, right? So don't ever be like, okay, I'm going to take my rent money and put it here, and then I'm going to hope that this works out. No, you pay your rent first, and then you budget from there, okay? So priorities. So think about this kind of stuff, right? It's kind of the same thing with the lenders as well. They do share a similar perspective as, you know, the judges on Shark Tank. You know, somebody that's all in on their business is obviously appears to be a little bit more committed, you know, to making it work versus somebody that's just like, oh, I'm doing this for a few hours on the side whenever I get a little bit of time. And excuse me if I'm looking back and forth. I'm operating a few screens here, you guys. So bear with me. I'm getting used to how all of this stuff works. I'm not a content creator. I am not a, you know, aficionado or whatever with how to use the damn like YouTube and the content. But what I am is here to help guide you on how you're going to get access to capital. Okay. I am here as a resource, a coach, and a mentor to help you get access to the financing that you need and to the business credit that you need so that you can set your foundation. So let's get back to the lender's perspective, right? Obviously, you know, they want somebody that it's more attractive when they see somebody is all in, right? But a matter of, you know, most people, that's actually just, like I said, not the case. People are typically bootstrapping. If you're bootstrapping, this is money that you're getting from your primary job. So you're using the funds from your primary job to be able to pay for this. But now, what if you could, and a lot of people don't even think about this, if you could get financing to invest in your side hustle, right? Okay, so what if you could grow? Okay, what if you could grow and you could expand without using your personal funds? All of a sudden, like I said, it may remain a side hustle, but it could even move into your primary business if you have the availability to do so. If you have the availability to do so, if you have the funds to do so, then that could be an option. So what is the challenge? Well, first of all, if you don't have a business to begin with, right? If you have a side hustle, you basically don't have a business to begin with, depending on where you're at, okay? But most side hustles, the person is actually just working for somebody else. If you take like Uber drivers, for example, right? Or Uber Eats, okay? So, and we see actually a lot of real estate agents that do this as well. They make this exact same mistake. Typically, real estate agents, if they're working for a broker. So if they're working for a broker, they haven't opened up their own entity or business. If you're a real estate agent, you can open up your own business. Go file your LLC and set up your own entity. It is absolutely something that you should do because when you set up yourself as your own entity, when you set up the entity, then you open yourself up for a lot more options for financing. So one of the challenges here is that a lot of side hustles, guys, they don't even have a business set up. So as a result of that, they don't have a business credit profile and they don't have a business credit score. So they don't even have the things that a lot of the lenders, a lot of the credit issuers are going to look at to determine if they should even be lent out money. So what does that mean? I'll give you the perfect example. I've spoken with a number of clients who are saying that they are already in business, right? But when I asked them what day they registered, they didn't actually go down and file, with their Secretary of State. They don't even have an EIN. They're actually not an operating business. But here's the thing: they're accepting money. They are, they have a Stripe account or a PayPal account, and she's taking money. Now, essentially, that's almost like a hobby, you guys. Okay, you're not a credible business at that level. You are doing kind of like a side hustle hobby. But if you want to turn this into something that's a business that you're looking to get funding for, then you got to take these next steps and make sure that you're setting up your foundation right. It also is leading to a reliance on personal credit, personal financial resources, as a result of this, you guys. If you're trying to succeed in your side hustle, but you're relying on the income from your primary job, then, like your personal credit cards, if you're relying on your own money in the bank account, your own assets to even be able to do this, right? But the question is, can this be avoided? Can this be avoided? Okay, can you still have the privileges where you are able to get the loan, you can get the credit lines, you can get business credit cards, just like any other really established businesses have, but you have just launched this as a side hustle. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm showing you. But before I even do that, leave a comment and tell me where you're from. What's the name of your business? What do you do? Okay, let's share. Let's promote your business. Leave a comment, ask your questions, because we will get those questions answered. I will make sure to address every single one of those. But hey, guys, I appreciate everybody for coming in and tuning in and helping this channel grow, because the whole point is to be able to provide these resources, free information for you so that you can help set your business up. Now, make sure that you're liking this channel, that you're subscribing, and that you are reposting if you find value in this content, guys, okay? Like, support, and share. Collaborate with one another. Now, let's get back into it. So there's a lot of options. There's a ton of challenges that we have to navigate through, right? Women-owned businesses struggle with getting funding. Minority-owned businesses are struggling with getting funding. Cannabis businesses, startup businesses. There's gig, financing. If you're in the trucking industry, if you're in real estate, these hires, no matter what the challenge is, there's always going to be a challenge in life. It's all about how we can navigate through that, right? So again, what's nice that we offer, we're able to provide a lot of these resources for you and save you a lot of time. So whether you pay to work with us direct, right, to get faster, better results, or whether you want to use all of the free information that we give out here. And we give away a lot of resources, you guys. We give away a ton just for you. So we want to help you. We want to help you get to your goal. I want to help you get to your goal of getting the financing that you need, of helping you being able to succeed in your side hustle, whatever that is, whatever you want to do. But I don't know what that is. So go ahead and leave a comment of what it is and what you do. But you can use all of this free information, you guys, because a lot of the resources that we have help you get to your goal, right, of getting the financing that you need to help you succeed with your side hustle, to help you ensure that you can get the funds that you need to be able to grow that side hustle, and primarily probably even quit your day job, which is what a lot of people ultimately want to do, why they create a side hustle job, right? So first of all, you guys, let's talk about traditional loans. Are they hard to get? They can be hard to get. They're not impossible, though. They rely heavily on your personal credit. So when we talk about traditional loans from banks, there's really two kinds. So you can go to your bank and you can get a loan or a credit line, and that's not SBA. And then banks also offer SBA insured loans, right? They're guaranteed through the SBA. But it's ultimately up to the banks to decide how the parameters of how they choose to offer those fundings out, right? So the problem with those is that they're not the easiest to get. Can you get them? Of course. And we help businesses get them all the time, but they're not the easiest to get. And I think a lot of people have this misconception out there where it's like, oh, well, you can just go and apply at the SBA. But actually, there's a lot more in depth to it. There's a lot of steps. You can't just apply, right? Do you have a business plan? Do you have your financials in order? Do you have your projections? Like, there's a lot of different steps to it, right? Do you even have business credit? If you have business credit, that also helps you, because you usually do have to be a little bit more established. They're not impossible at all to get, but it does rely on personal credit. It does rely as well on revenue and other types of financing. So is it possible? Is it possible that as you grow your side hustle, probably not the best place to start though, but it's possible as you grow your side hustle. So you guys, thanks again for coming in. Thank you all. Like I said, subscribe to this channel, but I really appreciate everybody for being here, because we wouldn't be able to do this truly without you. So thank you, everyone. Now let's move on. Alternative lenders. Alternative lenders are extremely feasible. We call them fintech lenders. We have a fintech platform, Domino Effects Group, where we bring over 100 lenders into our platform to be able to provide resources for businesses out there. So these fintech lenders, they're online, right? Often, if you've heard of On Deck or Seed Capital, these guys have a number of financing options that can work. Oftentimes, it's based on your consistent cash flow. All right. So you want to be set up a separate business for your side gig. All right. You don't want to just be out here doing whatever, taking cash, putting it in your personal bank account. You don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be putting it in your personal bank account. You guys set up a business bank account and make sure that you're setting up your foundation correctly. I just got really dark. Hold on a second. I got to pull this closer. Yeah. It's like the shadow is super off. So give me a second here. All right, that's so much better. Isn't that better? Well, not really, but we'll fix it on a different day. The important thing is that you get the information. So you want to make sure when you're setting up your side hustle that you're going to be doing all of this the right way. Okay, you have to be doing this the right way. We help you find alternative lenders. But before we even get there, I mentioned setting up your business, right? You make sure that you get your EIN, guys. Get out there and get your EIN. You want to get a business phone number. You want to get an email address. Even set up just a basic blanket website, something for them to land on, okay? Now, with that setup, you can actually come in and then be able to get your business bank account. So make sure you have these pieces in order. Don't go into the bank without your paperwork from the state in your articles, because they're going to ask you for it, okay? So make sure you have everything set up. And if you're following this channel, then you know how to get that done. And if you need help, then all you got to do is reach out and book a one-on-one with me. When you're running your business, just like when you're running your business from your side business and your gig business into your business bank account, that opens up a bunch of funding options from alternative lenders, including things like cash flow financing, where you can get money just based on the consistent cash flow that you have going into your business bank account. There's a lot of other options from alternative lenders as well, but primarily you're going to be looking at cash flow financing or terms. So the difference in cash flow financing is you can just get it funding based off of your consistent cash flow, and the term loans you can get because you have better credit and consistent cash flow. So term loans are usually going to require about 1 year of tax returns, 620 type credit scores. Cash flow financing you can get regardless of how good or bad your credit may be. And you don't even need tax returns to get it for some lenders, okay? So cash flow financing can be a bit more expensive, but it's fast, it's easy. You can get it in 72 hours, guys. Places like On Deck offer it, places like NBC. And then we look at term loans, like I said, from places like NBC, National Business Capital. National Business Capital actually offer longer terms, but you got to be a little bit more established to get them. Now, one of the best types of fundings that you can get for your business is seed capital, okay, guys, especially if you're just starting. If you have a side gig, then seed capital is a great way to go. You come in, you get it, you can get a credit line hybrid. With credit line hybrid, you get no doc financing, no bank statements, no tax returns, no P&L, no balance sheets, none of that, okay? None of that, you guys. None of that. 0% interest rates for up to 18 months. That could help you. Could that help you? Could 0% interest rate help you for up to 18 months? I mean, I'm sure the wheels are turning on what you could use that for. You could use that for inventory. You could take advantage of a discount from your distributor, get a bulk amount, right? Flip that, triple it, right? Make triple the profit, right? So think about how you can use this funding to help your business grow. If you're going to be doing marketing, are you going to be using it to generate leads? So if you could get cash out at 0% interest rate for 18 months, would that be beneficial to you? So just ask yourself that. So one of the really cool things about the credit line hybrid, you guys, too, you can take the cash out at 0%. So way better rate than you're going to get on most kind of loans. And a lot of them do report to the business credit reporting agency. So you're building business credit. You're building business credit at exactly the same time that you're getting money. And you can get upwards of $50, $100, $150,000, guys, from the credit line hybrid, okay? Now, you guys, maybe you don't have good credit. And this was me, okay? This is the credit line hybrid. Now, maybe you don't have good credit, but that's what's needed for this program. So you don't need collateral, you don't need cash flow, you just need good personal credit. So 680 to a 700 score and above, that's all you need to qualify for this program. But maybe you don't have that. If you don't have that, then you can also come in and instead you can use somebody else's credit. You can use them as a credit partner, a CP, a credit partner, somebody else. That could be family, that could be a friend, and you use their credit to qualify. And then you're able to get up to $150,000. You can get up to $150,000. And the credit line hybrid reports to the business credit report. So it's not going to adversely affect the person that you're using their credit. And this is going to report to your business credit report unless, full transparency, you default on the loan. So if you just get the money and you're like, I'm not even going to pay it back, well then, yeah, it's going to have a negative effect and you deserve that, right? If you're going to get the money and you're not going to pay it back, what do you expect? Now, things happen, but hey, here's the thing. A lot of people will work with you if things happen. But if you just take the money and run off, then yeah, you're going to have a default. And but the thing is, if you're paying your bills as agreed, then you're helping build your business credit. And then again, somebody else could potentially get a rate of return on what you're doing. So maybe that's the trade-off. Maybe you're going to go to your girlfriend, you're going to go to your buddy, you're going to go to your husband or your spouse or whatever. You're going to be like, hey, buddy, hey, spouse, hey, honey, or whatever. And you're just going to say, I've got this great idea, right? I've got this great idea and I'm going to turn it, I'm going to run with it and I'm going to make it into a business. And they say, all right, what's the business? I got you. I love that, right? But my time is all tied up here. I'm doing this. So great idea, but I'm doing this over here. All right, well, maybe if you let me use your credit, I'll use these credit lines to launch the business, and then I'll give you a return. I'll give you 8% return, or I'll give you 25% ownership of the business, whatever that may be, you guys. So it's a great way to tap into your credit using this credit line hybrid or somebody else's credit to be able to get the financing that you need to build your business. All right, now let's not forget about crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is where you have thousands of micro investors that invest money into a concept, okay? So anybody that wants to donate or invest can. They can do this, and they don't have to be an accredited investor where they have a high net worth or you have high capital on hand, okay? So they may donate $5, $10, 15, 100, 150, so that you can easily come in through crowdfunding. So if you tell people what you're doing through a site like Kickstarter or Indiegogo, and then what's the other one? Kickstarter, Indiegogo. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it, but I will post it down if it comes to me. I'll put it on my channel. When you sign up and you put your business on these sites, then you go out and then you promote it, right? So you're going to promote it and you're going to draw people in. Once you share it to your network, And the nice thing about this is it continues to share. So it's not based on interest, doesn't have to be paid back. Ultimately, a lot of crowdfunding is based on bonuses, actually. So you're giving away a reward. It's called like rewards-based financing. If you donate $100 to my campaign, then you get X reward, right? Or something that you're going to give them for doing that. So depending on whatever that is, depending on whatever your side gig is, you can give a samples of your product as well. So that side gig might even have a bonus that you can be able to carry over to somebody if they donate a certain amount of money. So there's a lot of different ways that you can market your campaign, but crowdfunding is a great way to go, especially if you have a large following, a great social network that you can really tap into. And truly, there's just truly no limit to what is out there. And again, the nice thing here is that you can give your gift as a bonus. You give it as a bonus or a reward. You give it as a bonus or a reward to somebody, that you're able to raise a lot of money without having to actually take on any debt. So it's a pretty nice way to go, guys. Now, again, you want to open up your side hustle for other funding options. You want to make sure that you have a real business setup. You want to ensure that the side hustle has financing. Okay, when it needs it too, not at the last minute. You should not be applying for financing at the last minute. You just don't want to do that. It is not something that the lenders like, and it's definitely not going to make you more attractive. So when you prepare yourself, then your chances are much better of getting the amount of funding that you need. And part of that is establishing your fundability. So I don't care what you're doing, okay? I don't care what you're doing. If you're experimenting with any kind of idea, if you're experimenting with any kind of idea and you're like, okay, we should start a business, I have this many clients, then get registered. Make sure that you have your business as an entity. All right. And if you have several businesses, then you can create an umbrella company and have all of your businesses listed under that company. And then when it takes off, you can ultimately have it become its own business. But it's really essentially up to you. But I tell you these things so that you guys can have that information. So for example, what's something that is similar to what I'm talking about? Well, if you're renting your vehicles when you're not using it, okay, we have clients that do this. I don't know if you know about Toro, but they have clients that do this as well. When they're not using their vehicles, they actually rent it out. They created a business, a separate business for that one thing that's run under the umbrella company. So there's all these different little side gigs that are under this big umbrella company. So you got to set your business up, okay? You've got to do it. You've got to have a fundable foundation, right? You've got to have your EIN set up. You've got to be registered with the Secretary of State. You've got to reach out to the IRS and confirm everything is matching. You need to preferably get incorporated or go with an LLC. You want to set up that business bank account. You have to. Okay, you guys? Places like I told you, On Deck, NBC, cash flow financing become available to you just because you have consistent money going through your business bank account. Please, you guys, make sure that you're not just taking notes. Make sure you're not just coming into the rooms. Make sure you're actually out there executing. Okay, so we want to see you executing. I don't want to take any money from a gig and then run it into my personal account. I don't want to do that. I want to run it through my business. It helps me with taxes to begin with. And then the other thing is that money going to your business bank account opens up the types of funding options that you're able to get. So we're going to take this newly established business and we want to go get a DUNS number with Dun & Bradstreet, guys. So go get a DUNS number with Dun & Bradstreet to start building your business credit as well. We also want to come in and we want to set up a website, set up an email address, and give it everything that it needs. One thing that I do want to mention about crowdfunding is it's a process, you guys. There's a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons to it. It is a lot of work and it can be a challenge if you don't have a large following. It's not just about going onto a website and then putting some things off there, putting, a little blurb here or there. In order for people to really take it seriously and be funding into your campaign, they have to feel like they're connecting with it. So it is a lot of work to do crowdfunding, but it is not impossible. And I've seen it very successfully happen on the equity side as well. And now coming back to what we were talking about with setting up the fundability foundation again, is it's not just if you're a newly established business. If you're a newly established business, guys, I'm talking to established businesses that have been operating for 10 plus years that still have these fundamental pieces missing and that are standing in the way from some of the larger financing options that would otherwise be available to them. So you need to come in, you need to set up your website, you need to set up your fundability foundation, okay? You need to do it, honey, I'm sorry. You know, if you're serious about your business, and if you are here, then these are the steps. It's part of the domino effect, the steps that you need to be taking to get to the next level. So once you have your EIN, you have your business contact information, you're going to be incorporating. And you know what? Thanks you guys for coming in. I just got to say thanks again. Thanks for being here. And go ahead and share, hit that like button if you find value. But I just really appreciate you guys being here. So don't forget, you guys, that we can help you. All right. That's what we're here for. That's why I'm here. So make sure that you are utilizing the link and you're taking advantage of the free discovery call, the coaching call that we're giving away this month. So don't forget that we can help you along the way. We don't charge you any money. All right. We don't charge you any money to get financing. If you call us, and I'll give you our number at the end of this, and I'll say, I want financing to launch a side hustle. We talk to you about all the options. We're going to go through everything, see where you currently stand and what your picture is. What is the current picture of where you currently stand? Woo. So we talked about a business bank account. We talked about a DUNS number. We talked about a professional website and email address and how we can help you, because we guide you through that step-by-step process of building a credible foundation. We talk about cash flow financing. If you're accepting credit cards from your side gig, that opens up merchant cash advances. All you need, guys, is about $5,000 a month in total income coming through. And you can borrow against that, and you can actually get a merchant cash advance if the money is being used through credit card processing. So merchant cash advance is another option, but that's not it, you guys. There's also something called Giggle. So Giggle is pretty cool. Giggle is more of like gig financing. It's a really cool way to go when you have a side hustle. So gig financing, if you're generating under $10,000 a month, you've just started, this is a great way for you to access some quick cash that you can easily flip over. So if you're a freelancer, then you're working in the gig economy, right? So that's exactly what Giggle is for. It's a full side hustle business, right? Maybe you're not though, right? Maybe you have a full side hustle business. Maybe it's just, you don't have a full side hustle business, but you have like a gig business that you do, right? I love Giggle because it's really easy money for people that are doing this. So like if you're a photographer, this is just an example, but it's definitely a smart way to go. And then let's not forget about any other assets that you may have, guys. Maybe you have equipment. Maybe the equipment that you own it free and clear. Let's talk about that. Okay. If you have equipment that you already own, maybe you have real estate that you own free and clear too. If you have commercial vehicles, if you've got heavy machinery, all of these kinds of things that can be leveraged, you use it as leverage to borrow against to get the money to be able to launch your side hustle business. And let's definitely not forget about what I love, business credit. Business credit is still a really effective way for you to get money to launch your side hustle. It is so super effective. You can offset 50 to 80% of your costs. The top major companies in the world all utilize business credit. It is just a really, really smart way to go. Once we found out about the power of business credit, it just is amazing, especially for, startups, even established businesses, like I said. But, you can come in and start building your business credit. If you're doing it correctly, you can get funding in like 60 days or less. 60 days or less, you guys. If you can take 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 dollar credit limits that you can be using, right? So could you use that? I mean, I mean, could you? So think about this, guys. You can get credit in places like Amazon. I'm talking about Best Buy. I mean, I'm talking about Apple, Dell, Sam's Club. You can get it from Costco. You can get it from Office Depot, Staples, Lowe's, every kind of fuel station. 76, Come and Go, Murphy USA, Marathon, Speedway, every single limit. I mean, I'm telling you, every kind of fuel station that exists, 7-Eleven, I can get auto financing. I can also come in and I'm able to get Visa cards, MasterCards, all without a personal guarantee, without a personal credit check, with no collateral and no cash flow. Any business can get it. Any business can get it. So we set up the business credit. So we start building the business credit, and we use these kinds of credit cards as a revolving credit to be able to fund our side business. So with business credit, it's amazing because any business can get it. I mean, any business can get it. If you're a startup or you're an established business, you're going to want to set up your business credit. Now, you can start building business credit, like I said, and use these kind of revolving cards to be able to fund our side business. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter your cash flow, doesn't matter your collateral, doesn't matter your credit. It's money that anybody can get. Anybody can get to start. So a lot of extra bonuses here, you guys, a lot of extra bonus ways that you're able to get money that you need to launch your side hustle business. So guys, if you're looking, it's not easy. It's not easy to fund a side hustle business, let alone your primary business, right? From a lender perspective, because you're not all in, right? And lenders don't want to lend to what they perceive as you being not all in. But listen, you just got to keep this in mind. Keep in mind, if we can help you along the way, then we are here to do that. That's why I'm here, to be able to offer you that resource and that service. But you guys have got to set up your credibility. You have got to take charge here. You've got to make sure that your foundation is set in a way that is fundable. Okay, you've got to make sure that you are taking the steps. Because like I said, at the domino effect, we're going to give you all of the resources available to you. But it's ultimately up to you to invest in yourself and to take that action, right? It's 2024. 2024 is all about opportunity. I keep saying that constantly. And in order for us to take advantage of the opportunities, we can't sit on the sideline and complain, people, not anymore. Can't complain about, oh, the banks aren't lending. We know the banks aren't lending. It's been like that. Okay, so now it's time to go out and create your own way of making yourself so attractive to the lenders and to the investors that they can't say no. All right, that's the point. Making ourselves so attractive that it's impossible for them to say no. So once you've done so, once you've made your business fundable and you've set up your foundation, then it just opens up a lot of opportunities. You're setting up a separate entity, you're setting up a bank account. I mean, it's just a really, really great option. So merchant cash advances, we talked about a lot of things today. We talked about merchant cash advances, we talked about cash flow financing, we talked about crowdfunding, using equipment inventory, other kinds of things that you might be able to use that can be considered as collateral. We talked about business credit, y'all. We talked about Giggle for my side gigs, and we talked about the gig economy financing that's available for them. So a lot of options here. And don't forget that if you ever need help along the way, all you have to do is give us a call. Just pick up the phone and get your free finance assessment. Give us a call, 916-313-2540. The finance assessment, there's a few things that happen when you call. The first thing is we actually come in and we're going to tell you all of the funding that you qualify for right now. So we will ask you some questions. We'll get to know you, get to know your business, your needs, where you're headed. And then we'll, like I said, tell you what you qualify for. And we'll also talk to you about your fundability and what you need to improve, how to set yourself up so that you can get the most amount of money, right? We'll also talk about your fundability. Well, we did also talk about your fundability here, but we'll talk about your fundability on the phone, what you need to do to improve, and then how to set yourself up so that you can get the most amount of money. Now, what if you think you already have business credit? If you think that you already have business credit with you, then we can just review your reports at no cost. You can bring your reports with you to the meeting, and then we can just go over it, no cost. Even if you don't have business credit, we'll give you tips, we'll give you tactics to be able to build your business credit up. And it all happens on that free assessment with us. So it's a really, really, really great option. If you got value from this, then like, share, and subscribe. And make sure that you visit dominoeffectsgroup.com. Get our toolbox. Make sure you reach out, email me, send a DM, leave a comment, and I'll send you the 5 tools to help you easily build business credit that aren't linked to your personal account or your personal credit, excuse me. It is worth about, 400 bucks, guys, okay? And we're going to give these tools away to you for free just because you're sharing this video and sharing this information. So share when we go live next. We're going to be going live every Tuesday, every Thursday here on the channel. Tuesdays, we talk about business capital funding. On Thursdays, we talk about rising to capital, accessing capital for female founders, and leveling the playing field for all of businesses out there. So let's just make sure that you're going to dominoeffectsgroup.com. Like I said, take a minute to like, subscribe on all of our other channels. We have daily tips. We have daily advice. We literally teach you how to put yourself in the best position to be attractive for lenders and investors, so that you can get funded to grow and scale your business. We've got daily tips, like I said, advice, and then we have short videos on our TikTok as well. So that's being built out. We've got people that we work with in Jersey, in California, in Ohio, in Texas, Montana. I've got a client right now, Georgia. I mean, they're just all over. So make sure you're taking advantage of the free finance assessment. You can see the number here at the bottom, and we will do a fundability check. We'll do a financing qualification. We'll get your business credit reports. We'll go over them. And this is the only place, you guys, this is the only place in the world where you're going to get something like your business credit reports, Experian, Equifax, all bundled into one. So they're 250 bucks, and they give them to you as in this package. But we go over everything through the free finance assessment. But to do that, make sure that you are here for our next live stream, you guys. We are going to be going live every week because every week someone needs access to capital. Every week someone's got an opportunity or a challenge that they need to take advantage of, you guys. And I'm telling you, one of the main reasons why I started this company was because out of frustration. When I first started my business, I could not get funded. And most people I have find, you can either give up or you can continue to push through. And when you push through, amazing things happen. Utilize the domino effect to your advantage. Because what does it mean? It's just small actionable steps that you take that lead to a wider significant outcome, right? Now that can be positive or negative. If you do nothing, or if you do the same old shit, guess what? You're going to get the same results, right? But you flip that. You take these small actionable steps to get to where you need to go. You don't just wake up and go, I need to be there. And if I'm not going to get there right now, then it's not worth it. That's not the mindset that we do here, guys. We're in business, we're entrepreneurs, we're founders. So we're all about preparation, planning, and setting ourselves up the right way. And think about it. The more businesses that get funded, the more investments we make into our communities get stronger, our schools get stronger, our families get stronger because we have ownership, a sense of pride in ourselves. We know what we're building is going to benefit others. Think about the power that can be, this is going to have, the impact that it's going to have. Women and minority-owned businesses are generating massive amounts into the economy, yet they have historically been shut out of financing. Not to mention, and it's not just women and minority-owned businesses now, it's all businesses now because of the way the economy is. Banks are not lending right now. 80 to 90% of businesses aren't getting funded at the bank. All right, if you've been to the bank, let me know. Have you been to the bank? What did they say? What did they say, right? So this is exactly where you need to be if you need funding for your business. We give you the opportunity, we give you the blueprint, and we give you the next steps to get to where you want to go. So go ahead and email me, Dominique at Domino Effects Group, after you share this so I can get over the free tools to easily and quickly build business credit that's not linked to your personal credit. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you. See you on Thursday. Let's get you funded.